Well, climate is probably the most interesting for me.
And why?
Well, it's most interesting because you have like different. Europe right now is like kind of two-speed, right? You have a lot of states which take a lot of huge. How to say it, eco policies which defend nature. Like we come here in Slovenia, we have a lot of trees, we have a lot of cool stuff. But there are a lot of states that really help the countries violate a lot of eco laws. For example, allow companies to kill more animals, destroy more forests, and so on and so forth, make more pollution to the air, and people just get poisoned from that stuff. And that's a thing that I think that needs to be addressed mostly in Europe. It's critical because it affects all of us. It's not something like, it's not refugees, because like refugees, people can accept them and won't accept them, but generally acceptance is working right now. But the thing with ecology is that it's something that you cannot reverse, right? It's something that continues to happen. People get poisoned, people start developing different illnesses, and it is, I think, a problem that needs to be steadily tackled.
Media, maybe, because I'm studying journalism and communication myself.
And can you tell why media is important?
Well, since it's my specialty or my major in university, I learn about it a lot, and I think maybe nowadays it loses its importance because of citizen journalism and social media, but it still has a role in informing people.
For example, in my opinion, the climate change is a really interesting and important topic, because it's relevant to all of us, and we are all in danger, and we definitely should discuss it and try to solve this problem. So that's the number one for me. The risk is serious, and if we don't do anything about the current situation, eventually we are all gonna die, all of us. So we all need to take some steps and do something about it. Otherwise, we are gonna destroy this world, and we have no alternative. There is nothing we can do except start within ourselves and really take some actions to make a change.
Maybe the climate change, I think, yeah. I would choose that.
Why the climate?
Because I think the climate change in Europe is getting a bigger and bigger issue nowadays, and I believe everyone has to do things. And I know a lot of people is aware of climate change, but I think we still have to educate people to get to know more and more about them, and we have to pick up the pace and start acting and not just talking about it, not just going to demonstration and things like that. Well, first of all, I really do believe that doing presentations in school is a really good thing, because if kids learn at school that they can recycle things, they can go home and they can start recycling. I really do believe that we shouldn't use that much cars, for example, I just have been to a presentation where the first thing was that we shouldn't have kids because they are a really big problem, and it was really interesting for me, and maybe it's probably true, but there are still a lot of other things that we can do to prevent climate change.
However, my answer would probably be the level of integration between the countries. What's the right line between globalization and sharing the cultures, and what's the right and political and cultural autonomy?
For me, it's the media. I think we cannot trust what anyone says to us. We get influenced by everything we see on our phone. Literally here, there's billboards everywhere. Everywhere there's impulses which are trying to manipulate us to make decisions which are not good for us, but good for the people who are already either in power or have money. And I think the media is a very core problem for that. For instance, we here in Europe, we think Russia is pure evil.
Okay.
But
tell me more.
Exactly. But why do we think they're evil? It's because we want to have someone with an enemy, so to speak.
Yeah.
The same thing in the war in the Middle East. we think we need to have make a very good fight there. We are the West, we are the saviors of the world, and we need to bring peace there. But what we do is we place 3 military bases around Syria, and we sell Dutch tomatoes there. We sell Dutch potatoes there. Basically, we make millions only in those military camps.